Bad Grandpa is back. Make sure you like and subscribe. Welcome to 7.
This could be your last year. You're going to think of that right now?
Yes. This is it, yeah.
And how close?
Last one.
How close is this team, do you think, you coming back and Coach McCarthy's offensive place, to taking a couple steps forward?
I mean, it's day 3. Like, can we talk about that in Latrobe?
Bad Grandpa Aaron Rodgers is back, folks, and this is his first interview, and I love the fact that he is back in Pittsburgh. Back in December 22nd, I dropped "I'm betting my hat he comes back," and it's simply because, man, football is hard. I know everybody thinks just get a first-round quarterback and you're going to win a Super Bowl. Shit don't happen like that. Football is very hard. When you've been doing it at a walk-and-go jacket level for 21 years, that's an amazing feat. Come on, guys. Like, seriously. So for him to have mentally and physically been beaten down, the Jet situation, Green Bay, I could tell sitting across from him at the barbecue, man, he was ready for love, man. He was looking to fall back in love with the game and possibly give it one last hurrah. When he walked off the field at Detroit, that joy on his face, that he looked like a little kid just won his first Pop Warner game. And to me, it was just like, hey, he's coming back. Talking to the coaches in the building, man, all the great things they had to say about him throughout that time, it was easy for me to say, man, that dude's coming back. And I've moved knowing that he was coming back. And as he breaks down in the interview, it's really what it was. He really takes you through the process of what he dealt with this offseason and why he's coming back. I really love, specifically, a couple things he said. One, he worked with Will Howard this summer. Timothy Howard is next. It kind of me triples down on the fact that McCarthy didn't make that call on Drew out. The other thing that really stood out for me, how he just breaks it down like, man, temper the expectations, folks. Temper the expectations. This team could be 9-8, or this team could be 14-3. And until I go to Latrobe and put eyes on the players and hear the pads myself, it's going to be difficult to say what the Steelers are going to be. I am super excited that Aaron Rodgers is back. He gives us the best chance to be competitive to win the North. This is Aaron Rodgers' Kobe tour. So if you don't get a chance to see him, you're never going to see him again after this. Enjoy this interview. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Mike and I spent a lot of time together. A lot of great highs over the years. A lot of respect for him, and it's pretty amazing. Guys coached at 3 iconic franchises now with Green Bay and Dallas. It was surreal, honestly, sitting in the meeting, the first 8 o'clock meeting on Monday. Took me back to being a 22-year-old kid, sitting in Green Bay, listening to Mike's first meeting in 2006. So it's fun. I mean, it's like a pinch me moments. Been happening the last few days. Getting to sit next to James Campen in the meetings is fun. Jari Evans was a teammate of mine. He's on the staff now. Was a Hall of Famer, should be a Hall of Famer. So that's pretty cool too. So a lot of connections.
Aaron, why was it important for you to be here for the first day of OTAs, and what are you hoping to get out of this portion of the offseason?
Just familiar with some of the changes that Mike has made to the offense over the years. We haven't been together since 2018, so there's some terminology we're working through. But I mean, I've been out in Pittsburgh since early May, so I was excited to actually get to come to the facility.
At this stage of your career, you had a good relationship with Will, have a good relationship with Will. Do you see that as part of your job description, is to help foster Will and Drew, mentor them, that kind of thing, develop them?
Well, it's, to coin a phrase after the guy that I followed, it's not in my job description, but I think it's a great opportunity for sure to be able to mentor those guys, and it means a lot to me that all the backups I've had over the years, a lot of good relationships still to this day with those guys, and the fun I had with Will last year. I'll try and mentor Drew as much as he wants me to, and keep staying on Will.
We saw the video of you getting ice cream over the weekend. You said you've been here since early May. What kind of other things have you been up to since you've been in town?
I'm not going to tell you what I do in my personal time. You already saw I went to that ice cream spot.
Were you surprised there weren't other sightings of you until that? Was that intentional?
Was it intentional to be cited?
To not be cited?
No, I just live my life.
Aaron, there's been, Michael Pittman talked about the excitement to work with DK Metcalf, each of them drawing double teams, opening up opportunities for each other. You just talked about Jared Bernard. How excited are you to work with, a bigger complement of receivers working in an offense through Mike that focuses a lot more through the quarterback?
I mean, every offense, I think, wants to focus through the quarterback, but the way that we were trained is true West Coast, and the West Coast offense is about timing and spacing, and it's the origin of quarterback-friendly offenses, I think, is the West Coast offense. So obviously that's easy for me to slip right back into that. But I'm excited about the guys. You got to temper expectations and judgments because we're out here in helmets and shorts. But I'll tell you one thing I really am excited about, and that's going back to Latrobe. And that's no BS. I can't wait for that.
How did you feel physically after playing 16-1 last year, and how much of that physical getting back in shape for this season came into your confidence?
Yeah, that was a big part of it. Just want to see how I responded once we got into the off-season, at least a month or so, as my body started to recover. And obviously I broke, multiple bones in my arm and wrist. So I was wanting to see how that would heal up after, not getting it wrapped and hit every single week. So, and then you got to see how you feel when you respond to working out. But I felt good. I've been training and staying in shape. And, I love the strength staff here. Again, Mark, and they kept Justice, who's, a big favorite of all the guys in the locker room. So it's a really good training staff, and I've enjoyed the workout so far. Besides Meadows, I just love the opportunity for camaraderie and for that team chemistry. Mike used to talk about a lot, Mike T, about capturing that cannot be kind of quantified, and that's what Latrobe gives the opportunity to spend time with each other at nighttime, on the breaks and stuff, and you're staying in a dorm, sharing a bathroom and a shower with a teammate, and there's some great, team bonding opportunities for that, and I just think it's invaluable.
Last year you talked about how important it was to kind of get that time and space to make that decision. How meaningful was that this offseason to be allowed that kind of grace to make that decision?
I wasn't under contract, so I could take as much time as I wanted to. But I mean, I was honest with Mike and Omar and Mr. Rooney from the start, where I was at, what I was thinking, and after I saw the moves and felt like my body was in a good place to make a decision, I felt like it was the right decision to come back.
Aaron, how has Mike's offense evolved since you were away from last year?
Yeah, I think it's just the next generations of the West Coast offense. It went kind of Bill Walsh to kind of what Mike was doing with Paul Hackett, and then it's kind of grown from there as it's incorporated some of the schematic stuff from the Fed offenses around the league and some of the motion stuff that you see so much of the Shanahan tree doing. But I think from a real fundamental level, it's all about the quarterback's timing. So there's been good detail on, all the route concepts of when you need to be open and how important the depth is. And because as a quarterback, Bill Walsh used to say, you should be able to throw balls blind, knowing guys going to be in certain spots. So can we get those guys on the same page and knowing the timing and the spacing in the passing game?
Aaron, do you feel like there's been needing to be an adjustment period? You've got to kind of find yourself, you can seamlessly kind of fit right back into that.
To what?
With Mike.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 13 years in it. He's changed some stuff when he was in Dallas with Dak. I'll battle on a couple things that I'll be stubborn about, terminology-wise. But, I think part of the process is just growing and me having to adjust some of the stuff that I've done or terminology I like. And so it's a fun learning experience right now. There's a couple times today he's calling plays in the huddle and I'm asking like, hey, what does this mean? Just because it's stuff that we used to run, but he's just called it something different now. So it's a good part of the learning process.
Aaron, you mentioned Mike T a second ago. I know he was a big reason why you came to Pittsburgh in the first place. How did you kind of navigate his decision to walk away? How much did that factor into when you were weighing your decision about whether or not to return here? Yeah,
I love Mike T. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity to come in last year and love my experience with him. And, I thought when he said he was stepping away. That was an emotional moment, just because we all love him so much and care about him. And I thought that that was probably it for me in Pittsburgh. But when the decision was made to hire Mike, I started opening my mind back up to coming back.
Two more. Aaron, do you believe this could be your last year? Are you even thinking that right now?
Yes, this is it. Yeah.
And how close?
Last one.
How close is this team? Do you think you coming back and Coach McCarthy's offensive place to taking a couple steps forward?
I mean, it's day 3. Like, can we talk about that in Latrobe after a nice little Meadows freeze?
Well, are you optimistic with how the pieces that have been added fit what you know to be the offense?
Yeah, but I think you have to temper expectations, this time of year, because all the years I've played, sometimes you get excited about guys how they look in shorts and a helmet, and then when the pads go on, it just changes everything. It changes the offensive line first and foremost, but it changes how guys play. Some guys slow down, some guys speed up, some guys have extra confidence with pads on, some guys, have some trepidation with the pads on. So you just gotta, kind of temper your expectations, not make any snap judgments, and wait till camp to see how things come together. But I am excited about these guys. I'm excited about the team, and it's fun to be back in the locker room with those guys.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Subscribe to the page so you can catch my interview with RB1, Jalen Warren.